I'm Christo Saggers and I live here at 213 Ben Morven Road in the southern hills of Marlborough with my wife Jenny and my 3 children, and we have 70 odd acres here, about 30 of dry hill country and about 40 in Sauvignon Blanc. One day out of the blue, I was contacted by Paul, who thought we would have a good or potential site for growing durable eucalypts, and I was very keen to do something to the bare block because we only had two trees on the property when we took ownership of it, and being an Englishman surrounded by trees as a youth, it was always important to me to get some trees on the property and all the habitat and the benefits they bring. One of the things I liked about when Paul approached me was the fact that we could produce, in theory, sustainable vineyard posts, and now in 2020 with over 30,000 hectares of plantings in Marlborough alone, and the vast majority of those vineyards having thousands of posts, per hectare, or certainly hundreds per hectare, being supported, the vines being supported by tannalised pine posts. I do hate to think what that might do to the environment, so it's really good to have an option going forward about having sustainable, naturally sourced, untreated posts that will endure a decent time in the ground. So after chatting with Paul for a short time, he talked about the merits, and I could see they'd be great for our property because I was always interested in the coppicing species, so that we could cut them down and they would regrow, and being in the wine industry, it was also quite attractive to potentially have sustainable posts for the vineyards, and I knew that they would be fast growing and they would quickly transform our hill block. And they're very good because of the winter and the sort of winter flowering, and I always like that side of it, having the good year-round interest from the bugs and the bees and the birds, and it just creates a nice nice natural habitat, the eucalypts. Yep. I also like the fact that with the coppicing, unlike pines, they regrow and they don't destabilise the land as the roots rot through, and it's just a good supply of firewood as well. For us being rural, that's quite important. The main observations of these species is that they establish very quickly on a very dry hillside. They tended to grow faster initially than the trial pine blocks that were planted at the same time, and they were surprisingly healthy with very few deaths, even though we had very dry summers. And yeah, just the rapidness of the growth is just outstanding, really. I can't believe they're only 9 years old, and some of them are sort of getting on for 10 metres. I would have thought 8-10 metres, and yeah, just blown away by how fast they've grown. One of the greatest things I enjoy about them is just walking through them and underneath them, and just the feeling they give, the natural shade. It's beautiful just to take a moment, lie down and enjoy the environment they create. The children love playing amongst them and building camps and forts and things, and so that's it's a great thing for the whole family.